All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, another WNBA video. It's been a little while. It's been about 2 days, oh no, 3 days since I've recorded. You guys got a video on Saturday. It was the Cam Brink video. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It was just a short, sweet one. This one's gonna be short and sweet too. Today, I'm gonna do a little wrap up from this weekend. There was a lot of stuff that went on. How do I say this? A lot of yeah, let's say important stuff. Very, very important stuff that went on. We have Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart's return from injury. Brianna Stewart missed 1 day short of a month, and Nafisa Collier missed about what was that? Would that be about 22 days? We also have Caitlin Clark's signature athlete logo unveiling that happened. She posted a video on Instagram, and then obviously Nike put it out, and everybody's been talking about it. There's a lot of controversy about it, how actually good it is. We also have the Las Vegas Aces clinching a playoff spot, and we have Candace Parker getting her jersey retired in Chicago. We talked about getting her jersey retired in LA earlier in the year, and now she has her jersey retired in Chicago as well, where she brought a championship. We're going to talk about all that stuff. I'm going to try to condense it into a bit of a shorter video for you guys, just a little wrap up of the WNBA and stuff from this weekend. So if you like what I have to say, like the video. If you have any opinions, comment down below. If you like the vibes, consider subscribing. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I just want to, not, I don't want to say rapid fire through these things, but sort of touch on a lot of these things and then move on to the next, move on to the next, and just give you guys something to watch because I've been slacking a little bit. I've been working on something really big for the end. I guess what would you say? The end of this month, beginning of next month. There's a whole script and everything. I teased in my other video. I won't say it here, but let's talk about what happened in the WNBA this weekend. So yeah, MVP hopeful, MVP favorite. I think Nafisa Collier made her return after missing, like I said, 22 days, which is very good for what it looked like. What it looked like she had. She went down on what was that? August 2nd. Yeah, August 2nd, and she's back August 24th. Or she was back August 24th versus Indiana at home in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Um, Stats for that night were pretty good. She had 32 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, two steals, 0 blocks, 3 turnovers, 11 of 16 overall from field goal, 2 of 3 from three, shooting 66% from three, 8 of 9 from free throw, and it was a good return. She went right back to business as usual, which is very good for her MVP case. She doesn't look like she lost a step at all. And I had said in my award video, um, was that a week ago? Yeah, a week ago now. That if she had came back and it looked like she hadn't missed a step, and they continue to play well, she's the MVP. I'm really as a homer pick, as somebody who is a real Aces fan. I love the Aces. I want Asia to win her fourth, but that's just simply I don't think it's gonna happen. Um, I think it's gonna be a tight race. I think it's gonna be decided by a vote or two who gets this award. It's a two-person race, in my opinion. I made it very clear in my award video that I don't think Alyssa Thomas has a conversation. I don't think Alicia Gray from the Atlanta Dream have a conversation. I don't think Kelsey Mitchell has even a shot in hell of doing it. I think it's a two-person race. I think the narratives are just so structured and been structured throughout the year that, and more recently through the last month of basketball, the Aces are on fire. Asia Wilson's leading them very well. The Lynx managed to stay afloat, more than afloat. They had a paddle and a raft, and they were paddling through some tough waters. And they finally got their motor back, their MVP back, Nafisa Collier, and I think it's her award to lose. I like her for MVP. I've liked her since day one for MVP. For me, it's always been Asia and Nafisa Collier for MVP this whole year. Um, they have what do they have left? They have I have to find the game logs here. They won 30 games, by the way. They have 30 plus games won already this season, and they have, let's see here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 7 games left. Um, so yeah, Nafisa Kali is gonna play like maybe she misses one more game for rest. Maybe they rest her at the end of the season. When they've clinched everything, when everything's sort of a clear cut picture. I could see her resting against Indiana, resting against Golden State towards the end of the season. These are early September. Um, I think she has the award if she puts up 25 plus points and does the rest of her stuff for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games or so. I think she has it. I think it's a solid case for her. But yeah, happy she's back. MVP conversation just got even more interesting. And let's move on to a former league MVP, Breanna Stewart, who also made her return after missing, what is this, 1 day short of a month of basketball. Um, she returned on the 25th, so that was yesterday. That was Sunday, or no, that was Monday, pardon me, um, versus Connecticut. She had a steady um, 19 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 2 of 12 from field goal, sort of concerning. Took 2 threes, didn't make any of them. Considering the injury she was dealing with, uh, I can understand why she struggled. I mean, she played 21 minutes. They're not going to play her the whole game. She just came back. And this was a close game versus Connecticut. They won it 81-79. But and I've said this throughout the course of my videos, throughout the course of the season, like I think past like week or past the 1 month mark, I was sort of concerned about this Liberty team, this New York Liberty team that consists of Breanna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, Sabrina Nescu, Emma Missaman, and a bunch of other role players that are very good. They play their role very well. I've been vaguely concerned about them, and I don't know what it is. It just feels like they aren't in a groove, and like the time that um, Brianna missed was really detrimental to this team. This team has fallen. They were I believe they were the 2 seed at some point. Now they've fallen all the way down to 5. They're 23-15, and I don't feel like they have the momentum to go on a run to win this championship again. Because you look at the links, and I'm not going to go through this in depth. This isn't about the Liberty. This is about Brianna Stewart. We'll get back to her in a second. But Brianna Stewart is a part of this team and a part of, I don't want to say the problem, but she's a part of the problem. She hasn't shot the 3 ball as well as she has at any other point in her career. I mean, I'll go look at it. Yeah, yeah. It's a career low. 20% from three. I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know it was 20%. I mean, she shot 29% last year. There's been a huge drop off. There's been a huge drop off. I'm looking at, let's see, let's look at the attempts here as well. The attempts, she's taken less too. She's averaged, what's this, 4 for her whole career, essentially, almost. They have 4.5 her whole career. She got to 5 attempts in 2021, and they've gone down in New York, and her percentage has gone down. Um, I let me circle back here. Let me circle back here. Let me circle back. They're stand at 5 right now. The standings. I think this team has all the components to go on the run. I just think and when they do go on these runs in games within the course of a 48-minute game, they look good. They have some really good moments. But I've come on here time and time again, and I've been like, well, Jonquel Jones doesn't really step up when you needed her to step up. Sabrina hasn't looked comfortable all year. I've sung the praises of Emma Missaman, who's been a godsend for them over the past couple games since she's come to New York and been in a Liberty jersey. But the rest of the team just seem, and some of their players are redundant. They have a lot of players with the same skill set that do the same things, and they've had good games as well. But I just think they don't scream repeat champions to me, and the league has gotten better. I mean, Minnesota, they don't want to play Minnesota. They won Minnesota was about to sweep the season series, and New York came out and actually played a game of basketball without um Breanna Stewart and won that game. So it was a 3-1 regular season series for the Lynx and Liberty, but the Lynx beat the brakes off the Liberty. The Dream's a bad matchup for the Liberty. The Las Vegas Aces are maybe the easiest matchup for them, but easiest matchup personnel to personnel wise, player to player. But the Aces play really hard, and if they continue this momentum in the playoffs, you don't want to see them. The Mercury's a bad matchup for them as well. And then if New York stays in this bottom half of the of of the league, they're not gonna have home court advantage. They're gonna have to fight their. They're gonna have to go to. Let me see. How would this work? Let me see. Do do do. Yeah, they would have to go to Phoenix and play. I think it's the 7 game series now. No, yeah, they would have to. It's gonna be a slog, and I don't think they're prepared for that. I don't think that they're prepared for that. I don't think Brianna Stewart's prepared for that. I don't think Jonquel Jones is prepared for that. And I'm being very critical of this team because they are the champions, and there's no sugarcoating any of this stuff. I've been a fan of championship teams, and I've seen people say the same thing about my teams, doubt them, say they can't do it again, and they do it again. And it's a hooray, pound the back, everybody doubted us. Yeah, 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 right. But these are facts. I'm not making up anything. These are pure facts. To get back to the Brianna Stewart game, in her return, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, 21 minutes. They almost lost the game to the worst team in the league, the Connecticut Sun. Um, I just hope there's enough time for Brianna Stewart to get back in form and get back in shape, because on the opposite coin of Nafisa Collier coming back and just going back to business as usual, this isn't a Brianna Stewart game. And I mean, we can go look at some of these games. I mean, before she got injured, there's a 6 point game versus Phoenix. There's a 17 point game versus Indiana. Then there's a 24 point game versus Indiana. It's an 18 point game, 15, 8, 17. And then you get back towards earlier in the season and they played a bit better. But she played a bit better, but it's been the fall off's been sharp. So we'll see what Brianna Stewart can do, rounding herself back into form. I mean, she's 18 points a game, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal for this season. So we'll see what happens. Moving on here. I want to talk about um, Caitlin Clark, WNBA star, um, and her signature and her logo. Her signature logo, I believe it would be called. Um, People have been waiting on it. They're also waiting on her signature shoe. She's really been rocking the Kobe's, which a lot of players do now. I don't have anything against Kobe's. I think Kobe's are a great shoe, but I just think it's a little overplayed now. And I guess they're one of the best performance shoes because everybody wears them. But neither here nor there. Caitlin Clark's logo. It's in the top right hand of your screen right now. You might see next to it there are a couple of other logos. There's been some contentious conversations about how good the logo is. Is it too simple? Is it too boring? Does it look like a Chanel logo? Does it look like a Gucci logo? Does it look boring? I think it looks fine. I think as somebody who used to work with a lot of logos, and I've seen a lot of bad logos, and I've seen a lot of good logos, and I've seen a lot of really bad logos in my time. Um, Sometimes simplicity can also be bad. And if you look at Asia Wilson's on the left hand of your screen, the star with the one in it, that's innovative. That's a star with a one. Well, it looks like a star with a one. It's supposed to be an A, I believe. Yeah, it's supposed to be an A. Um, and then you have Brianna Stewart, who we just talked about, and her logo. She's with Puma. Asia Wilson's with Nike as well. Brianna Stewart with Puma. Um, that one I don't like. Those are the ones I don't like. When it was just too complex and the edges are too sharp and they look kind of, it looks boring. It looks stupid. And they're on Pumas. Like, who the hell wears Pumas, right? And then you have Sabrina Ionescu next to that one, the S looking one. It's the I in the middle with the S. Um, that's one of my one of my more favorite ones. One of the better ones, I should say, that I like. I think it looks really good on the shoe. I think it's clean. I think it's nice. You know whose logo it is. And yeah, I like that one. The Angel Reese one is another new one that came out this year. That was like a month ago almost. Um, Pretty simple. I mean, it's in cursive. Nobody has a cursive logo, I guess, but it isn't anything that pops out to me. I mean, it's cool. I like the logo more than the shoes. We'll put it that way. The shoes need to grow on me. I've seen some colorways of the Angel Reese shoe that are okay, but they're big. They're big people shoes. They're big player shoes. Like big men don't sell shoes. Guards sell shoes. You know what I mean? And I mean, to that point, I mean, people love rocking the Sabrinas in the NBA. People like rocking the Asia Wilsons in the NBA as well. They're very popular. Um, I just think a clunky shoe like the one Angel Reese has, the one that I don't think the Pumas are clunky. Just nobody wears Pumas, so there's that. Um, but talking about the Caitlin Clark logo, top right of your screen again. Um, I think it's okay. And as I was looking at it, I was like, it's gonna look good on a shoe. It's gonna look good on the tongue of a shoe. It's gonna look good on the side of a shoe. It's gonna be okay. Is it gonna look good on merch? On like hats and t-shirts and stuff? I don't think so. I I, you can't tell me it's gonna look good on in like big font in big letters. You can't tell me it's gonna look good, man. I just can't buy that. And as I was looking for a clear picture, just so I could maybe get some detail on what it is and all this stuff, I found a whole Nike article about the logo, and I just want to read some of this stuff here. I'll leave this in the comments or in the description. Guys can click it and check it out for yourself. I won't read the whole thing, but I will read some of it here for you guys. Um, at the top banner, the title says Nike Basketball introduces Caitlin Clark as a signature athlete and unveils her new signature logo. Um, let's see here. What to know? Nike Basketball is officially introducing Caitlin Clark as its newest signature athlete. I think that was known. They're just repeating it. Expanding the brand's partnership with one of the most watched, impactful, and passionate players in the game. As a Nike signature athlete, Caitlin will continue to work side by side with experts across the brand to help shape the future of basketball, fueling hoops culture, growing the women's game, and empowering the next generation. Um, the logo will come to life for the first time in a new collection of sportswear and on-court staples that reflect Caitlin's approach to the sport and style with a focus on comfort, function, and clean design. These are all buzzwords. I'm onto your game, Nike. These are all buzzwords. Every athlete that's on your brand is focused on comfort, functionality, and clean design. I'm onto your game here, Nike. um, let's see here. A navy and yellow Caitlin Clark logo T-shirt will be available in North America starting September 1st. The rest of her logo apparel collection will launch October 2nd. So, roughly a month, a couple, like a week from now. Um, you have the T-shirt, I guess, and they'll probably hand it out the FIBA games as well. And then October, um, there'll be more stuff. Let's see here. Let's read some more here. With a distinct voice and style of play that resonates across culture and community, Caitlin Clark makes greatness feel attainable, inspiring kids to play, fans to tune in. As a Nike signature athlete, she will continue to work side by side. Da, 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 da. We read this already. And empowering the next generation to reach their dreams. I'm going to read this from Caitlin. It says Nike's signature roster features all time greats, and I'm incredibly proud to join some of the best athletes in the world. I'm excited to share a first look at what we've started to create together. Um, Together, Caitlin and Nike designers obsess over every detail to create a signature logo that speaks to her precision, power, and unique ability to inspire the next generation of hoopers. I'm actually trying to get a semblance on what the logo is. I'm reading all this stuff to you just because I'm scrolling through it and looking at it, but let's see here. Caitlin Clark also said, to me, this is more than just a logo, it's a dream come true. Caitlin Clark says, continuing, people will always talk about leaving a mark on the game, and this is another way I can do that. Let me see here. Uh, yeah, that's from Ann Miller, EVP of Nike Global Sports. Let me see here. Damn, they really just copy pasted this whole logo. I still don't know. I know what the logo is supposed to be. It's supposed to be two C's. I'm not dumb. I think we all can understand what it is. I'm just trying to understand like why there's a cut at the bottom. Why like there's just so many whys. And I think we'll probably get to know more as it comes out, but like I was hoping this article would have more, and it's just sort of copy pasted the same thing a couple of times in some buzzwords. No real like elaboration on the logo itself, which is fine, I guess, but I'd like some detail on the logo. What would I rate it? Because I like doing these ratings. For a first time logo, because you can always change your logo, it usually happens every now and then. Steph Curry changed his logo. LeBron James has changed his logo a couple times. Kawhi Leonard has changed his logo. These are all NBA names I'm trying to think of. Most notably, I think Asia Wilson has changed her logo. I think she had a different one before this one right now. Um, I would give this one. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna have to see some of these shirts they're talking about, some of this apparel in the next couple months, because I don't know how they're gonna. Is it gonna be big? Is it gonna be small? Is it gonna be like? Where is it gonna be placed? Like I don't know. But yeah, I give it a 7. Where it ranks amongst these other ones, I think is probably mid tier. I would say Sabrina's and Asia's are probably a 10, a 9. I would say I would say Brianna Stewart's and Asia's are more around like 7, 6, around that ballpark. I would say, yeah. But yeah, not the. I don't know what I was hoping for. You can only get so creative with two C's. I'll give Nike that. You can only get so creative with two C's unless you want to do the whole last name like Clark and like try to do it that way. Caitlin's too long of a name to try to fit in a logo. Like, there's not a lot of ideas. But I expect Nike, who's one of the premier designers of like logos and apparel, and like maybe they've taken a step back and gone too minimalist on a lot of their stuff, to do a little bit more. Maybe that's just on me for having too high expectations of Nike. Maybe that's just me. Um, Moving on here. This is not going to be a short video. I've done it again. I've jinxed myself. This is going to be a longer video because we've only gone to two things so far. The next thing I want to talk about is my Las Vegas Aces clinching a playoff spot for the 2025 playoffs. Just in time, 25-14 on the season. They clinched it last night um, in Chicago on Candace Parker jersey retirement night. They won the game 79 to the Chicago Skies 74. Huge game, huge block from Melissa Smith. Um, really good stuff. I've done all this preamble and all this diatribe about the Aces the past couple videos. They've been playing great, man. They've really turned it around. They're on a 11 game winning streak now. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, and they tied. I think 10 was some sort of record. They tied one of the other teams, one of the other greatest teams of all time. I forget which one, but they're on a roll, man, and they're doing historic stuff. And they only have 5 games left. They play Atlanta, Minnesota. Those are pretty hard games, and they play Chicago twice towards the end of the year, early September, and then they play Los Angeles, which may or may not be a consequential game. We'll see how close the Sparks are to getting in the playoffs. It might be a do or die game for them, so they might come out and try to really win and try to take Indiana out of the playoffs. But we'll see. But yeah, I just want to shout out my Las Vegas Aces, man. Really turned around. I was really concerned about this team. If you go back and listen to some of my videos before All Star break, I was very concerned about this team. I wanted to, there was talks of firing Becky Hammond. There were talks of Asia Wilson leaving. There was talks of Jewel Lloyd being a dumpster fire, and there was so much going on, but they've turned it around. It's really been an impactful way, both on defense and offense. People finding their mojo, people finding their role, and that's what's most important. And I don't think this team is winning at all, but I think at this point they're in that sort of conversation with the Atlanta Dream and Phoenix Mercury, where you just don't want to play them. They're just going to be a pain in the ass to play. Like you're like, oh, we gotta go there, we gotta play these guys. Damn. But yeah, those are your Las Vegas Aces. As I alluded to, the Aces spoiled Candace Parker jersey retirement night, and I just want to talk about Candace Parker a little bit. I talked about her a lot in my Sparks version of this when she got her jersey retired by the Sparks. I'll put a card in the top right corner if you want to check it out. Just click it; it'll take you right to the video. Um, I just want to go through her stats a little bit through her time in Chicago. She did also play for the Aces 1 year in 2023 after her stint in Chicago, where she won a championship. But Candace Parker's time in Chicago as a Chicago native, she averaged 13 points, 1 block, almost 1 steal, four assists, 8 rebounds. Where is this? 31% from three. I think that's one of her better years shooting the three ball, if I'm looking at this right. Actually, I didn't know she shot it like that. Well, it's her best percentage on the most attempts she's taken throughout her career in that time. She played for the Chicago Sky from 2021 to 2022, and she played 27 minutes, played 55 games in total for the franchise, and she won them a championship, their one and only championship. And then they went into a rebuild. So the good times were the good times, and now they're the bad times. But Candace Parker, one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest to ever do it. Personally, as somebody who's only watching the WNBA for 10 years, like 10 plus years, I've only had the pleasure of watching some of the more recent stars and the Candace Parkers, the Sue Birds, the Diana Taurasi's, that sort of era of basketball. Candace Parker's my goat, man. She's just great. And some of the stuff she said post retirement about the players of this generation get some people's underwear in a twist. I don't care what she says. She's entitled to her opinion. I think Candace Parker is great. I think sometimes words can get misconstrued and people have this was it microwave brain, this TikTok brain of I'm only gonna watch the 60-second clip that somebody put out and captioned to make Candace Parker look bad. I'm not gonna watch the full hour podcast where she also said positive things about players. People want to misconstrue and take things literally and not literally, and some things are a joke and some things aren't a joke so differently. Um, I don't think Candace Parker is getting a fair shake, and I think getting her jersey retired and the way people speak of Candace and all this stuff means more than anything that anybody on the internet could say, whether it's me saying something positive or somebody else saying something negative. And Candace Parker is a great player and deserves a lot of respect. So yeah, that's my little soliloquy about Candace Parker, former Las Vegas Ace, former Chicago Sky, former um, Los Angeles Spark, has her jersey retired in two places. Oh, I also just remembered Sue Bird got a statue in Seattle. Shout out Sue Bird also. So yeah, that's it. That's the WNBA wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I've been working very hard on another video, a more long form video of the series Turmoil. That will be out very soon. I'm working very hard on the script right now, but this WNBA content will hold you guys over till then. So if you like what I say, like the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Cheers.